And then feign is me.
Well,
Yeah, man.
that
Wake
was
up.
decidedly unpleasant. Am I the lone survivor? Depending on one's definition of survivor, of course. Ah, Brachus Rex. I've read his history. Quite gruesome, even for a human.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
The child considers your statement.
You're weird.
You got that right.
Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. They're gone now. Their Majesties took them already. I guess now they're cured, and maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Oh yeah, I don't have anything or any means to get over there just yet.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My word, this blasted isle is teeming with them. Was that? Yes, I did see how it managed to survive an attack by the great Acorn's servants. Impressive, just as you say. But that is no reason to trust it. Giants like that destroyed our forests. They are the very reason the great Acorn is returning in all its wrath. What? Dear me, have you taken leave of all 6 of your senses? You would have me use this giant for a shield? Why would I...
I love this character so much.
Oh, but I see. You are a cunning devil, Quercus. Of course, if it escaped the great Acorn's vile servants, it can do so again. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egads! It speaks our tongue, Quercus! Hush before... What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well who I am, you silly old cat. The great Solora, grandest of the... Oh, introduce myself to the giant. I shall do no such thing. You give away your trust too easily, my dear steed. No, we will have the giant march. In time, we'll see whether it deserves our confidence. Now, onwards! Shield! Venture forth, post-haste. The great Acorn waits for no one.
He's just the best character in this game. Ah, I want to go back over here.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
See, Belsari, I agree too, because he's a little bit full of himself, but I've never seen him beyond this state of the game, so I don't know what he's going to be like later on, and I'm far too curious at this point, because I don't want to see Ifan again for another playthrough.
Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
The blessing of my company, jeez. Aye, we promise.
Jolly good. Oh my word, how you do astound me. Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me.
See, that gives you cool points there.
So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
So I do have a plan for what classes, like kind of style I want my characters to be, but I don't know what ones I want to give to which people. So I've made my character a kind of Death Knight like character, and I'm wanting to have a kind of Hydro Summoner build, a Ranger with a bit of Geomancy build, and it's just a generic mage class with Aero, Geomancy, and Pyro. Make this guy a piece of fucking dirt. Okay. So I'll translate that as my least favorite class. So he's not going to be the summoner. He ain't going to be the mage. So he's going to be the ranger. So not a fighter. Probably not that one. It's going to be the finesse one. I'm going to be the tank. Or my Death Knight dude is going to be the tank. He's basically going to be warfare and necromancy. So I think I'll give him this one, the archery stuff. If it is really a bad makeup of characters, though, I can always change it on the ship, at least. But I don't think I'm going to need to do that. I've got a sort of okay idea of what I'm going to do. But let's go with the finesse.
Is a condition one should assume in any situation, from dining to discourse to dueling.
Nope.
What situations do you have in mind?
Nope. I'm not sure if it's going to be this one since there's going to be points in. It's probably not, because the Geomancy side is just for getting poisons into my build. Yeah, I was meaning the one that was on the boat, but yeah, I can do that in Fort Joy as well. We'll go with the top one, just
very well,
for the genericness. Onwards for now.
Then to victory or death.
There's a dog here now. Hello, you. Hello. With my cups. Hello. Is it treat time? Is it treat time? You want a treat? Hello. Can I say hello to the camera? Look. You're too close. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Oh, and you burped. Just making room for your treat, are you? Are you? Oh, good. Good. Here you go. Right, you need to earn your treat first, though. So, are you gonna sit? Well, Jen, you gonna sit? Come on, sit. You're too excited for your treat, are you? Hello. Falsari, of course you can have a treat. Go and treat yourself. Alright, you need to get a treat too, don't you? Don't you? My dad got you a whole box of them today. Right, let's go get your treat. Come on. Come on. That's it. Here you go. And he has now got his treat, and I can continue with the wee red prince.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
Milord. Milord Red Prince.
As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Let's. Alright. So I do need that one. I'm gonna go get the other two characters before I run back here and deal with those two silly voidland things.
A black cat. A herald of wisdom in my homeland.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get? Hey, stop following me. What? No, that can't be. I can't. Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
And will now follow me forever. I can't remember how you get the item again to hide my face, but will this hide it? Yeah, that'll hide it, I think. Oh, it's gonna be hidden anyway, that's fine.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Yay, we leveled up.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Strength. Well, of course you're gonna have your point in persuasion. We'll make you our lucky charm then. Where are we?
I told him at noon exactly.
I want to have... I need a lore master, and I need... What was the one for lockpicking? It wasn't sneaking, it was thievery. Hello, Mr. Fortune. I can come back to that one, but for now, Huntsman. Ugh, Pyro. It's not needed.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I think for now I'll put that into Geomancer, because that's what's going to be needed later on anyway.
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't I?
Finesse. Okay. That's not true, Felsari. When you've got Lucky Charm on anyone that loots, it'll trigger the Lucky Charm effect. At least it did that for...
Didn't I?
Well, maybe it doesn't do it for single player, but it does that for multiplayer at least. Right, the first thing I want to do is find my characters. Yeah, I do remember in Divinity 1 that Lucky Charm, it has to be the person that has Lucky Charm. But when I did co-op fairly recently, it was shared between us both. It just uses the stat across. It's the same with bartering as well. It's the stat that's shared between all your characters.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always.
It could have also been something that was added later on during the Divinity 2 life cycle, and I think it's fair because it's a bit annoying jumping between characters. I don't even remember where Beast is, and I think he's at the beach.
You.
Oh.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition.
Save the game, take off your hat.
Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and I'm running out of time. Fast. Too fast. Way too fast. I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folks say they get cured. I don't know if I believe it, and I don't want to wait and find out. I have a way out of here. It won't be easy, and I need a partner. Just one. Are you interested?
Yeah, I went in.
Who wouldn't? Finally someone with a little sense around here. The plan's simple, completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport you right out of here. I can't use it on myself, but with your help, we can both get out of here. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. This item, though, it's in quite an unfortunate location.
Hey, where is it?
It's found its way into a nest of crocodilians on a secluded beach nearby. Here, give me a map and I'll show you where to go. Not enough to trouble a fine specimen such as yourself. Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those overgrown lizards what for.
Alrighty.
But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Hey, like that thick and long.
Is that Beast there? Yep.
Combs it out all dilly-eye day. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Got two of my own, haven't I?
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something. Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
You get a good look at the hearty fellow, broad as a hull and sunburnt from all sides. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble. No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. Yeah, it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap. But I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Maybe you don't.
He stands before you and pokes you in the side, seizes your shoulder with a great, strong hand.
There's something of you, you know? You don't have to accept your fate on this bloody island. You can leave here, get on with your life. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Kinda want to make Beast my wizard.
Well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. May have been cast out, but you can bet your last heel of breed she wishes she hadn't have. I've taken my revenge 1,000-fold on that tyrant's fleet. A case? A whole orchard, more like. Justinia went absolutely cuckoo with power, and it's the people who are paying the price. No sense getting riled up about it now. It's not about me, it's about... never mind. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us.
I like that spirit.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be?
Well, I am needing you to do some magic, so Battle Mage actually might be... Well, no, it's not Battle Mage, it's just Arcane Arts, so I think that's the one I'm going to go for. And I'll make Sibyl, if I'm going with Sibyl, my summoner. I think that sounds good.
You've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two. What do you have in mind?
It's a wizard I'm wanting. You're gonna be a wizard.
Then it's settled. Capital! Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do too.
By the way, I'm dead.
Ah well, my best mate's son is undead. Nothing to be ashamed of. Now, onward!
It's true. These people need to get over the fact that I'm dead. Right, I'm gonna grab Sibyl, and then I'm gonna run back and deal with those void things.